What have I learned? For a lot of things. You can still put on a show. So if you break your ankle, there's no excuse to cancel a tour. 2, it hurts a lot. And free painkillers in America are incredible. Overhyped that should die. Wow, that is a good question. Overhyped that should die. Wow. I think backward politicians, man. I think there's so many out there, man. I think at the minute, I just think there's a lot of liars who get themselves to the top by misinforming the uneducated and misinterpreting a generation. You know what I mean? I think there's so much of that. It's kind of a lot of rock and roll bands right now, man, that are like, I just think there's like, I've got no soul to them. Do you know what I mean? I'll be bold, I don't care. You know? Why is Thomas the Tank Engine on drugs? I don't know, man. I think, to be honest, man, it's just like, they're all just nuts, aren't they? Like, have you ever seen Teletubbies as well? All just like 4 bears in a field, like talking to the sunshine in the afternoon. It's like, what kind of stuff is that? Like, you're mental, like trains talking to each other. I'm just sat there as a kid like, oh man, look at the telly. And it's like, oh, all right, Diesel, what's going on? Ah. I just think, man, I just want to throw them on the ground. If I could take them people and put them inside something and throw it for 12 meters for it to land on its face, then that's it, man. I think, to be honest, I think right now, those, like, especially specifically those 3 people, man, are huge catalysts in missing, totally, like, hurting my generation right now and misunderstanding us massively. Like, we can focus on so much hate in the world right now. These 3 people are big catalysts of hate right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, for me, for someone who's young, they can fund so much money and put so much money into blocking borders and equipping the military to attack countries that are just not as developed as we are. And I can't go to university for free, or someone here can't get an operation for free. I just don't agree with that. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's just like, kind of, those 3 people are the cataracts of old ideologies that are blinding an older generation into misunderstanding young people. Theresa May, she's the Prime Minister of the UK. Oh man, I think, to be honest, I just loved his the way he wrote music, man. I would have just loved to be like, what was it like when you were coming up? How did it feel to build something that would be the biggest invasion musically of the world since anything, really? The Beatles were kind of in most territories bigger than Elvis. Not necessarily in the US, but like worldwide, they were huge. And I don't know, man. I love John Lennon, because the thing about John Lennon is, man, his change as a person when he fought. It's like Bono, man. He fought for the world, man. He fought for the world. Do you know what I mean? I think with John Lennon was brought up in a society where boys should be little boys should be seen and not heard, or that it was okay to physically abuse your wife. And he wrote songs that totally fought against that in realization, because as human beings, man, we can only know what we've learned and what we've seen, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like, if my dad tells me the sky's green, then the sky's green, right? Until I figure out for myself that the sky ain't green. Do you know what I mean? And I think what John Lennon's, like, his transformation as a human he portrayed to the world was just amazing. You know? I love that guy. And he had balls, man. He had bollocks. Do you know what I mean? When he was speaking, he had bollocks. That's why I love, like, everyone's like, McCartney or Lennon, both incredible, like, both amazing. But I like Lennon because his lyrics just come from a similar place that mine do, I think. Rock and roll is freedom, man. To me, man, there's a misconception, man. Rock and roll ain't just bashing the shit out of my instruments on stage every night. That's not what it is. That's a part of it. People say, why do you do that? Why do you smash? Why did Mick Jagger smash his gear up? Why did Pete Townsend put his... Because it's a release of freedom. an expression. And rock and roll is a feeling free to express yourself no matter what anybody else says. To me, man, Rosa Parks was rock and roll. Do you know what I mean? Fuck you, white man. I'm not going to stand up for you. That's rock and roll to me, not just like, oh man, I'm just going to wear a leather jacket and dye my hair red and stick my middle finger up. That's not me. If it comes from a real place, then fine. But there's a lot of like fake shit out there right now, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think it's just like vibrant, innit? I just think it just pops, like kind of represents my personality. It's just like it's in your face, and I just want to kind of defeat like the stereotypes of genders as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, boys can't wear pink, girls can't wear blue. It's like, that is not the way of the world right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, like, as Yungblud, I want people to be able to step into my show or step into our world and feel free to express themselves no matter what. Like, if you want to turn up to our show in a fucking chicken suit, do it. Cool. If that's you, then sick. You know what I mean? My best relationship advice: be honest, no matter what. Honesty is the key to everything, I think. If you're withholding the truth, then it's going to ruin everything. Everything. Your voice, the way you get your voice heard is by voting. The way you change, the way you obtain a future that you want to be a part of is by voting. You're not going to do it any other way. Because that's just democracy, that's the way of the world. And it's fair. If enough people vote for something, that's just the way of the world. But if people don't vote and wish they'd voted, that's really sad for me, because that's the whole thing, man. That's literally like, your vote is determines what your voice is. You know, you be part of that movement. Be part of that family, because there's a lot of people that feel alone and unheard right now. I mean, the way you get heard is by signing that paper and crossing that box. Could make one global law, what would it be? That's a good question. That everyone has to give 5 hugs at least once a day. At least 5 hugs once a day. Spread the love, man. Wow. Amazing. Probably Nevermind by Nirvana. Probably Revolver by the Beatles. Probably the Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem. Favourite Worst Nightmare by the Arctic Monkeys. And then Gaga the Monster, I think. Wow. I just want to be known as an artist that was real in a time where there was not a lot of real stuff there. Do you know what I mean? That's, for me, man, like, I just wanted to, the dream is to have built a community that people could feel safe in. Like, I don't care about selling records. Like, that's not why I'm here. Do you know what I mean? If I wanted to sell records, I would sing like Justin Bieber. I'm here because I want to play stadiums. I want to accumulate a community of people who feel like they're safe here and can't be touched by the shit that's going on in the world. You know, I just want to be remembered or known, for being real, man. That's all I want to be, like, because that's all I'm being. You know, it's exciting how quickly it's kind of growing, and I love each and every single one of my fans. Absolutely, like, that's why we stay behind after the show. That's why we're going to get up at 5 tomorrow morning and drive when we're getting at 1 so I can meet these 35 people who won a ticket to get to a radio show. Do you know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's like every single... That's why I do it. Like, I'm fucking knackered. My ankle's broken. Like, if I didn't have live music, I couldn't do it. Building the live thing and building the community is it. That's it for me. I'm not interested in... I am interested, but I don't care. The thing about it is how many people we're playing to tonight. How many people I'm going to get to meet. How many people I'm going to get to connect with. That's what it's about for me, man. It's about connection. Because it's the first time in my life I feel like I've ever been heard. I've been shouting into like a dark abyss for fucking 20 years of my life.